that in our class and our programs if you decide to become a customer and a client. And we talk about that in our book, Credit to Freedom as well. So what I want to share with you real quick is that why is important how to start over is that you got to look at where you're at right now. Whatever your debt is, we want to show you how to play the money game. So real quickly, this is a part of the credit program. This ain't everything, and I can't give you like all the information in one cycle because information is always being renewed. It's always being revived. It's normally good for anywhere between 30 days to 8 to 9 months, and it's changing all the time. But this right here is the basic premise of one of the main FICO models that's used out here. Okay, so right here you're looking at 35% is your payment history. Okay, and so you got to start with where you at. Okay, you can call companies and talk to them. Hey, I lost my job, getting divorced and money. Hey, this is where it's at. Put it in writing where it's at. So if you ain't got it, let them know when you're going to have it. Then you can stop them from calling you, okay? A lot of times we make decisions strictly out of emotions and we in our feelings, not knowing that we got rights with the creditors based on the Fair Credit Act. Again, be a professional, hire a professional like me, get professional results. I can show you how to get, of course, them off your back. So 35% is your payment history, which will take time. You can help improve your history. You can't change your history, but we're going to show you how to improve on your history. The next thing, 30% in credit utilization. If you don't remember nothing else that I told you right now, that you got to remember this. You got to remember that whatever debt that you have, let's make it real simple. Say you got a $1,000 credit card. Then you have to always keep that credit to get the maximum score at $300 and below. Okay, so if 1 month you have to take it up to 5 because for whatever reason you're renting a car, you're out of town, something go wrong and you need to use it and you don't want to, you don't have no disposable cash, no problem, and you're gonna use it immediately, but you know it's going to hamper your score. You need to get that down. So we want you to not suffer from the MMP disease. When we do our debt management session, we talk about that. But I'll let you know the MMP disease. Minimum monthly payment disease, okay? So you got to get off of that, right? So we want to show you want to make sure you're operating at 30% below on any particular credit that you have, all right? And you want to do that. And then we want to show you how you can get business credit where it won't even matter because it doesn't set your FICA. So it's on business score that has nothing to do with your personal score because as long as you keep your personal score up, you can always get business credit. I know that was a lot. Don't worry about it. Here we go. The next thing, 15%. Length of credit history because you get points. That's why we tell you become a professional, hire a professional like me, and get professional results. Because in our Credit to Freedom session, we let you know what accounts you need to close, which one you don't need to close. A lot of times people make efforts to fix their credit themselves or to improve it, which is no problem. Suggest you do that if you know what you're doing. But I normally suggest because of rules and laws and programs and things change all the time that you need to have hire a credible representative, consultant, a company agent to get that done. It's because you don't make for sure people be closing accounts that they should keep open that's actually not helping their score, but they just hurt their score with that. Then you got to have the proper mix, 10% the proper credit mix. And when we talk about credit mix, you got something called revolving credit, and you got something called installment. And it's another kind, but normally those are the main two that you really got to worry about. And again, one of our reps, if you was working with our company, we go over that. And then 10% new credit. This is the new credit, of course, that you get. Now, what I want to share with you and go back before I get ready to close out is how important the credit utilization is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. All right. So what you want to do is we have something called a MAP plan, freedom assessment. A plan that we have a FAP plan, and basically what it does, it sits down and we do it complimentary. So if you're interested, I can get myself or one of our representatives to do one for you. But you have to sit down and look at your finances. See what happens if you don't plan your work and work your plan, as I talked about in one of the other sessions, it's no way it's going to happen. We talked about in Golden Dream Management something called a schedule. One of the things in the schedule is a money review. The reason why people don't have money, they actually don't plan for it. Okay, they just plan to only pay bills. They actually don't plan for growth. They don't plan for investment. They don't plan for business. And so, as you heard in the book, you ask not, you receive not. So you wonder why you don't have certain things, because you're not planning for it. You're not working for it. And so we want to make sure you understand how to do that. So you should take all of your bills. If you don't do nothing else, you want to get off to a new start. You want to recuperate from the holidays, from this bad experience that you may have, a bad year, being laid off from the job. All you want to do, you got to play the money game. Again, you got to treat it like a game, which means you want to have fun. You want to have a way to reward yourself, and you want to have a way to give yourself some consequences. So let's say, for example, you got 5 bills. Every time that you get off to a bill, you get maybe a short break. You do something fun, whatever you want to do that you haven't been doing. That's your reward. If you don't hit your goal that you're supposed to do, then you might have to do something positive, but just not as good. So you still reward yourself for making efforts to achieve your goal, but it's just not as big as your reward you would give yourself. But you got to play a game to it. So you looking at, if you got 5 debts, you got to like, okay, if I owe 1,000 on this, 2,000 on this, 3,000, 5,000, then you got to sit down and have a plan that, hey, what I need to do to pay these off.